Stray kitten walking weird gets rescued and something from the toy store changes his life.
But before we start, please take a moment to give this video a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll never miss these great stories.
Animals come in different shapes and forms. There are some who can be kept at home, while some belong in the wild. We all know that cats are amazing creatures that possess incredible agility. The way they move is something a human could never aspire to achieve. There was one kitten who had been rescued from the streets whose back legs could not function at all. Soon something happened to him, and amazingly, he was able to function as a normal kitty once again. If you look around your environment, you will surely see a lot of stray animals. Many cats and dogs roam the streets every day without an owner or place to call home. The daily struggle that these animals face to have food or find shelter is truly heartbreaking. So one afternoon on the streets of Oxnard, California, a kitten had been spotted walking around the streets. There was something really striking about this particular kitty. What was it, you ask? Well, the way it moved was definitely unlike any other cat. So what was so different and strange about this particular cat? Well, on the streets, the cat was walking without using both his back legs. It was still moving despite this setback. The cat was not letting this affect him and what he had to do every day. Since this was not an ordinary stray cat, he received a lot of attention. If you see a cat that is not using its hind legs, would it not grab your attention too? Well, this kitten was then rescued and taken off the street. The people who rescued him did not know how to deal with the cat, so they decided to seek help at the Ventura County Animal Services in Camarillo, California. So when they took him to the Ventura County Animal Services, the experts there knew exactly what to do with the stray cat. However, before doing anything to him, the cat was given a new name. So what was this name? Well, the stray cat who could not use his hind legs was now called Bernard. One of the veterinary technicians there took care of him, and they needed a foster home for him real soon. So this cat, now called Bernard, would require some extra attention due to his condition. If he needed to get better, he would require more attention and care from anyone looking after him. He needed something more than just another cat lover. Bernard needed someone who would know how to deal with his condition. The veterinary technician then made an effort to find a foster home. As we said, this kitten could not use both of his hind legs, so he needed to be taken care of by someone who knows how to deal with his special needs. And so the vet tech searched high and low for someone who was eligible. And soon he made a call for Jennifer Hurt of Wren Rescues. Would Hurt be willing to take in this special needs cat? Would she be open to foster Bernard? Since the vets wanted to make sure Bernard didn't end up with someone who quickly gave up on him, they were very careful and selective. But Jennifer Hurt seemed like the ideal candidate to best foster the poor kitten. They were not sure how she would respond though. But right after Jennifer was approached, the answer that she gave them was a reassuring yes. And since Hurt is someone who absolutely loves to be around and look after cats, she could not wait to meet Bernard. And right after she was contacted, she quickly rushed over to go and receive Bernard from the vet. When she finally met him, she was certain he would require help from professionals, since Bernard's hind legs were not working at all. And as soon as the two met, everything seemed to go the right direction. Even though the cat did have so much to be worried about, Hurt was there for him now. And after she took Bernard under her care, Jennifer did not waste a day to get to Oaks Veterinary Urgent Care in Agora Hills, California for his sake. She wanted to make sure he got all the medical help he needed. When Hurt took him in, she knew that the cat would have to be taken to an animal hospital quickly. Bernard was then examined by Dr. Rachel Wallach. The doctor ran tests to see the reason behind the cat behaving this way. It was clear that Bernard was not using his hind legs. However, no one could tell the reason why this cat refused or was incapable of walking like a normal cat. The case of this cat who was not using his hind legs was interesting and fascinating. The doctors who ran the tests on the cat were puzzled. We aren't 100% sure why he isn't using his hind legs. It could possibly be a dislocation, Alyssa Smith of Wren Rescues had revealed upon speaking about the weird cat to interviewers. Even they were a bit confused. Apart from the fact that this cat was not able to use his hind legs, there was yet another complication. Alyssa Smith also revealed that the cat had another problem. He does have to get his bladder expressed since he doesn't have the ability to urinate on his own. She was quoted, "And so what was the reason for this cat to be in this condition?" If you put yourself in the shoes of this cat, how would you feel? To not be able to use both legs would definitely dishearten anyone. This cat had to live like this, and on top of all that, he was on the streets with no one to care for him. But there was something really remarkable about Bernard. Although he cannot use his back legs, he was such an active kitten. When Hurt was contacted, she expected to find a very timid and weak kitten. She had already imagined and prepared herself to look after a very inactive kitten. So when Jennifer brought him home, she was amazed. It turned out that the cat actually had a wonderful personality and was extremely playful. This kitten certainly did not look at his condition as a setback. When she took Bernard home, Jennifer expected the cat to be dull and timid. She thought the cat would take time to adapt to his new environment, that she would have to put in a lot of effort for him to blend in. But despite the fact that he could only use his front legs, Bernard was still able to run around and be jolly. He seemed to really enjoy his new surroundings, and the kitten would be roaming around exploring his new home every day. Although his hind legs were inactive, he was joyful and always moving around. He did not seem to be sad at all, but Jennifer did not enjoy the sight of Bernard struggling. She needed to find a way to better his mobility, but what options did she have to do so? Even though the cat seemed to enjoy his time at his new home, Hurt could not shake the feeling that there was something more she could do. She was spending quite some time thinking of what could be done to make sure Bernard felt even better. Then an amazing idea came to her. She decided that she would craft together a set of wheels for Bernard. From what she saw, it was evident that there was one thing Bernard loved to do. He was a kitten who absolutely loved to run around. And after seeing that he loved to run around, Jennifer knew there must be something more to be done for him. She imagined how much better he could feel if she was able to make things easier for the cat who cannot use his hind legs. Since Bernard would be able to have even more fun and be freer to move about, Jennifer spent a lot of time to brainstorm and think of an idea. And soon a brilliant idea came to her. She was quick and immediately got to work, and so Hurt made her way to the store to get some supplies. She went to the toy store, but why would she go there of all places? And so what did Hurt need to go to the toy store for? Well, when she got there, she picked up a little cart with a trailer. This was for Bernard, as she decided that he would move better if he had on some wheels. So it turned out that Jennifer wanted to craft makeshift wheels for little Bernard the kitten. So did her plan backfire or work well for the handicapped cat? So after she took some time to make the DIY wheel for the kitten, Hurt was finally done, and it was finally time for her to put Bernard the cat on the wheels. Was her plan going to work well for the cat who absolutely needed a better means to move about? Well, right after Jennifer attached the wheels to Bernard, he was now free to move and run quicker than ever. After working hard to make sure her cat could have better mobility, Jennifer was glad to see that the cat was appreciative of her efforts. As soon as the wheels were placed on him, she could barely keep control of the kitten because he became overexcited upon the discovery that he was now able to move with a quicker pace. He could not keep still and was running around the house. Since the cat had been so accustomed to being a little slow, the realization that he could now zoom swiftly across the house got him super excited. The second he got his wheels, he was off to the races with no hesitation. He really seemed to enjoy himself and zoomed around all over. Alyssa said as she spoke about the kitten. The happiness was obvious. Alyssa had felt bad for the kitty ever since she was introduced to him because he struggled to move about, but after the wheels were placed on him and Bernard was jolly and running about, it made her glad. To see that Bernard was thoroughly enjoying his wheels and what they had allowed him to do, it put a smile on everyone who saw Bernard's excitement. And so the introduction of wheels to Bernard truly flipped his reality. It was as if he had drunk some happy potion because Bernard was always up and active. Although he was naturally a happy cat, this was heights. And over the span of a number of days, Jennifer was introduced to a brand new Bernard that she had never met before. And this was a side to Bernard that made her very happy. You see, the cat was now as agile and active as any other cat. It had given him a boost of confidence and sheer happiness. It had brought out a side of him that could match up to any cat with proper working front and back legs. Nothing was going to stop this cat, and this made Jennifer really happy. And something really adorable was the fact that this cat was unaware of his condition. He has no idea he is not like the other kitties. He is a sweetheart, loves to snuggle, and makes friends with everyone, Alyssa revealed when asked about how Bernard behaves when he spends time with other cats. He does not focus on his inability to move properly. And after some time, something amazing took place. Bernard had not been using his hind legs ever since the time he was rescued till now. And soon he was given wheels that serve as a substitute for his hind legs. Jennifer met with something that astounded her after Bernard used his wheels for some time. The cat showed signs of him making use of one of his legs. Jennifer was already convinced that her cat would never use his legs anymore, that he was fine using the wheels she made for him. But she met with a piece of unexpected news as Bernard began to make use of his legs. She explained she has noticed him starting to use one of his legs from time to time, but the other one is still non-functional. He gets along very well even without the use of his legs. This cat is truly a special cat that does not let any obstacle hinder him from making progress or living his life as best he can. Bernard is now slowly progressing and has not stopped making improvement regarding his condition. People who know him are always excited to learn about the news about him and the inspiring way he deals with his condition. And although the cat is doing better than ever, you can never be too sure. So Jennifer wants to go to the experts to clarify whether her cat is well and good. She will soon take her cat to the vet's office for another round of checkups. They will once again look at his condition and see how his legs are doing. In the meanwhile, Bernard will get his wheels upgraded. Before they go for another checkup, they have decided to give an upgrade to Bernard's wheels to a more durable set. But for now, he seems to be enjoying his new freedom, Alyssa had explained. Bernard appears to be extremely happy to be able to use his wheels, and his excitement has not faded. It is indeed a pleasant sight to see, since the cat can now move freely. The only time this cat can be seen inactive is when he is catnapping, but other than that, you can always find him goofing around with the other foster siblings. He does not hide or get shy about his condition. Bernard is always onto something and often finds himself getting into trouble. However, since he is such an adorable kitty, nobody seems to care. And for a cat to be as active as Bernard, you would assume that he does not live to calm down and rest with others, but he is the complete opposite. He absolutely loves to cuddle on the couch or in bed. The snuggly kitty enjoys spending time curling up with his foster siblings and indulges in a long cuddle break. His foster siblings also adore the cute kitten. Bernard's perseverance is certainly something we could all learn from. This cat definitely has the odds against him, but refuses to back down or beaten. Although he cannot make use of his whole body, the cute kitty still finds so many reasons to enjoy life and remain positive. Because of his wheels, Bernard is able to live life in a more fulfilling and memorable way.